Okay, so, you know how Kavanaugh, Justice Kavanaugh, it's on Supreme Court, and that most if not all of the allegations against him have been proven false at this point. Well, not exactly proven false, but have no substantiating evidence to prove that he ever sexually assaulted anyone. Well, Mindless Entertainment made a bad video on this topic. A really bad one. It's one of the worst videos I've ever seen out of her. And I've been watching her for almost a year now. And I normally agree with what she says. She's really knowledgeable on the topic of Star Wars. And she has her own insight into things. I was like, that's pretty good. It's pretty good insight. But like with James Allsup, she said something really stupid. She said some things really stupid in this video. I only got to this part in her video before I let out a really loud what the fuck and shut the video off.
Asked. And beyond that, beyond the issues of temperament, we're talking Supreme Court justice. You're someone who needs to be level-headed. Emotion should have nothing to do with it. Your job is to institute the law. And when things get heated, or if things start feeling a little personal, if you can't continue to separate the emotions and the practice of the law from your feelings, you have no business being in that situation.
What the Okay, so you see what I mean? JonTron doing the what the fuck, that was my reaction. Like, what the fuck? I honestly don't know what she was thinking when she made this video, or what point she was trying to prove, but it isn't a good one. I haven't seen the whole video, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna respond to this whole thing. I don't care if this takes a fucking week to do, or months to do even, if it gets that bad, but fuck it, I'm gonna try it out. So let's get on with this. Let me get the volume up on my computer. Alright, there it is.
Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone, and I usually don't weigh in on Washington politics. But as we stand here on the precipice of confirming Brett Kavanaugh as the next Supreme Court Justice to the United States of America, which is almost certain to happen tomorrow barring divine intervention, I just have one question. And that question is, what the actual fuck, America? Because, in response to the question I posed in the title of this video, the answer is unequivocally no.
Oh, why is it a no, ma'am? Why is it a no? Why can't this guy serve on the Supreme Court? If most, if not all of the allegations have had no substantiating evidence, and I'm pretty sure at this point, a couple weeks after this dude has been confirmed to the judge, confirmed to the judicial seat, none of these things have had any substantiating evidence. None of it. None of these allegations against Kavanaugh brought up by Christine Blasey Ford or the lady with the gang rape allegations and the stupid shit Michael Avenatti was trying to pull. None of that has been proven true. None of it. Not a single shred of evidence, physical or witness testimony, has been proven to be viable. Hence why his process was confirmed. Hence why this was a bipartisan issue by one vote.
No, this man is not qualified for this position, and I can explain this to you without even discussing the sexual assault allegations.
Oh,
so if you've
really?
been following anything that's been going on with soon-to-be Justice, Supreme Court Justice,
Already Justice
Brett Kavanaugh, you know that he underwent rigorous interviews, etc., even prior to the sexual assault allegations.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why he was so frustrated. And she's gonna make this point, like I showed at the beginning. He's gonna say, oh no, why can't he keep his emotions under control? He's supposed to be a judge. Judges aren't NPCs. Alright, I don't understand why this has to be said. Judges are not, I don't understand the standard that judges have to be these calm people. Judges have emotions too. This is coming from a guy who has actually been to a case, a murder case. One time for my biology class, we went to a murder case. We watched a dude, and the prosecution, and the defense, giving out their stuff. And one of the things that me and my teacher saw the judge do was rub his face and look annoyed a lot. Alright? And as Ben Shapiro stated on his show, there are tons of other judges who are probably yelling at people who do get emotional at times. Especially when it's of an issue that's like really bad. Like if there's a situation where some guy has like false allegations against him and he's getting raked over the coals with no evidence, and you're like, and he's trying to just trying to like, you know, tell the prosecution to fuck off. Right? Judges aren't NPCs. It's my whole point. Judges aren't NPCs. So, what she's saying is, without the sexual assault allegations, he doesn't deserve to sit on the Supreme Court because his temperament is bad. Well, do you not remember the stupid shit that was going on with those hearings? Freaking, oh my god, Kamala Harris and Cory Booker, two names that come to mind. Saying, oh, have you discussed this stuff with people in this certain law firm that Trump happens to be affiliated with? No. He's like, oh, yes, you have. You better tell me right now. I was like, no, I haven't. It's like, you better tell me now. Oh, no, you haven't. And then Cory Booker's like, oh my god, I'm Spartacus because I want to give this shit out there. And that would, you know, it would fuck with it would fuck with everything. And it would get me expelled from the Senate. But we need to know his judicial record on fucking stupid bullshit about racial profiling that he is very against, by the way. People were asking him ridiculous shit. People were making allegations of ridiculous shit against him. And then the sexual assault stuff comes up, you bet your ass I'd be a little annoyed. I'd be the slightest bit annoyed. The slightest bit. I wouldn't be completely annoyed, but I'd be a little annoyed. That I would be if I was going all through this bullshit. Going through all of this bullshit, and then just to have almost everything get derailed because of a sexual assault allegation that was untrue, that I know is untrue. Don't come at me with this bullshit.
Another trial, which was essentially just an interview with one of the women that and talked and whatnot, and he demonstrated without a doubt in that process. I mean, this was what a fun opportunity. What a great test to put him under immense scrutiny. He's going to be in a position where that's going to happen. There's going to be intense scrutiny. There's going to be pressures from both sides. There are probably going to be personal attacks against him. That's just the reality of the job that he's signing up for.
Okay, now this is politics, okay? And this is one of the things that have kind of plagued the judiciary for a long time. Is it's supposed to be protected from partisan politics, but since like the 60s and 70s, it has not been that way. Even then, there was a lot of judicial crap that was the political crap that was forced into the judiciary in like the 1860s and the 1850s. There's a lot of crap that goes into the judiciary. And while yes, there are going to be personal shit thrown against you if you're a judge and you rule on certain things, that doesn't mean you can't do something. Alright, like I said, I've seen judges show emotion. Well, I've seen a judge show emotion. And then there were other judges, like the lady who ruled on the George Zimmerman case. She got a little bit emotional ruling on that case. Okay? Yes, he's under immense scrutiny. But why can't he be mad that almost everyone around him that is on the other side of the political aisle are going after him for a sexual assault allegation that hasn't been investigated or even brought to the light in public for over 30 years, and then they treat it as truth and try to use it to discredit his name and bring down his family life? Yeah. Because that's exactly what they were trying to do. That's exactly what the Democrats in the Senate were trying to do.
And what a great way to test him, to see if he's ready. The answer is a resounding no.
Oh, really?
And you don't have to take my word for it.
Right.
You don't.
Right.
Following that testimony, the American, American Board Association, that's the one, decided to reevaluate their initial assessment of their standard. But yeah, he's totally qualified. They decided, in light of his temperament, specifically his temperament, nothing that he purportedly did or not did, but his temperament alone is causing to reevaluate whether or not they truly think he's fit for that.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know anything about this. I don't know who this fucking association is. What the fuck? When was that ever relevant in the whole conversation? Who gives a fuck what the fucking board association says about his judicial temperament? If this was a Democrat, you bet your ass I would be right beside that dude. saying, hey, there's no fucking evidence against him. Just confirm him on the fucking court. This is the same thing I'm doing with Judge Kavanaugh. This is the thing I did with Judge Kavanaugh. If this happened to a Democrat, I would do it too. The Democrat was fucking emotional because people were coming after him with false sexual assault allegations, dragging out a hearing that was going on too long already because of political bullshit, because people wanted to go against him anyway. I would be right there with them. What are you talking about? Are you fucking serious? Just because some fucking association, alright, this happens all the time with Republicans and other things, like, you know, this Republican has a certain view on things. Oh, we'll rescind sponsorship, or, you know, like what they did with Laura Ingraham, or they'll be like, we're disassociating from them completely. Alright, this happens all the time. I don't give a shit what a board association says about this stuff. I want to know if he can defend himself, and what I would know, what I would really want to know, is the judicial hearing stuff. The stuff he's done in the past. And I barely heard a damn thing about it. All I know is that he did one ruling that was detrimental to the Fourth Amendment. That kind of fucked with it. That's all I really know. That's like the only thing that really taints him being in that seat. But just because some association says something doesn't mean that he is not qualified to be on the bench. That makes no fucking sense. Okay? If Barack Obama was going to be nominated to the Supreme Court and this same thing would be happening to him, you wouldn't say a damn thing, would you?
That position. Over 2,000, I think something like 2,400 law professors have stated that they do not think, based on his temperament, as well as his extremely partisan record and his extremely partisan testimony.
So what? His testimony was partisan. Of course it was partisan. He's defending himself against false sexual assault allegations. Allegations that were never proven to be true. And yes, he's not the first judge to have a partisan record. He's a little bit too conservative for some people, like the quartering. But if he can do his job well, so be it. Who cares? That shouldn't matter. So what, he has a partisan record. If he gets nominated, he's fucking nominated. And then the stupid questions came in from the Senate Democrats. And then the sexual assault allegation comes up, sat on for 2 months by Diane fucking Feinstein. Yeah, no one took this thing seriously. The prosecution didn't, well, not the prosecution. Christine Blasey Ford's lawyers didn't take it seriously. Diane Feinstein didn't take it seriously. The Democrats didn't take it seriously. And they only used it to club this guy. Of course he's going to get angry. He has every fucking right to be angry. There is absolutely no reason. I don't care what occupation you hold. If you are falsely accused of sexual assault allegation, something that's going to stick with you for life, regardless of if you actually did it or not, you have every fucking right to be pissed off. Every single fiber of your being should be pissed off. You have every right to in my book. To say that he can't, and you're gonna hide behind this board association, and a bunch of law professors said he can't be in this job because he fucking said some shit, because he is falsely accused of sexual assault, so he can't be on the court seat anymore, regardless if he's guilty or not. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. You have no idea what you're talking about.
That he's fit for the position of Supreme Court Justice. Former Supreme Court Justice, this is incredibly rare for one of them to speak out on this, John Paul Stevens, who, by the way, was instated by a Republican.
And he's an idiot. We all know who John Paul Stevens is. Alright, this is like this. I remember during the 2016 election, there was this one guy who was touting around saying, like, well, Republicans supported this too, to a guy on Fox News. And he's like, this was about James Comey. I remember now. This was an interview about James Comey. He said, well, this was a Republican FBI appointee to be the director of the FBI, and he found that Hillary Clinton wasn't guilty so therefore she's not guilty. That's ridiculous. Just because they share party platform doesn't mean that they're right on it when it comes to what you think. Alright, this is the exact same problem I had with the James Comey stuff. The thing James Comey did with Hillary Clinton was not good because she was grossly negligent with their goddamn email server, leading to stuff getting leaked out. That's pretty detrimental to national security if you know what I'm saying. And just because John Paul Stevens, who is an idiot, said, oh no, just because he was freaking yelling to assholes accusing him of sexual assault, and I'm going to use a quote from Ben Shapiro here, I would have told them to go fuck themselves. That's what I would have done. I would have told them to go fuck themselves. You're just going to come after me with these sexual assault allegations without any proof? You're wasting my fucking time. You're wasting your time. You're wasting the country's time. You're just going to end up dividing everybody further. And that's exactly what this is doing. I watched the last live stream for EFAP with Dishonored Wolf, Rags, and Mueller. They were talking about the stuff with Judge Kavanaugh. And this is a thing that I was talking about, having, internal debates with myself on this stuff, like internal discussions. Sexual assault should not be a partisan issue, but it's apparently it has to be a partisan issue. Like, it just has to be used as a club now. And that's what Me Too is. That's exactly what Me Too has become. And that's exactly what it always was. It was supposed to be a political tool to go after people he or she doesn't like. Or this group or that group doesn't like. That's exactly what I was thinking of it when it came to be. Yes, there are some good things that have come about it, but I have always seen it, ever since its inception, as a political club. And they tried to use it immediately from the outset to try to go against President Trump, and that didn't work. Like, honestly, who's seriously trying to go after Trump based on sexual assault allegations right now? No one. No one is trying. Alright? Because no one takes it seriously anymore. He may have done some shit, alright? And I'm not saying that he hasn't done some shit. I'm pretty sure he's done some shit based on his past record. But no one's trying to go after him. And this is the thing. This is also a point Ben Shapiro made too. People elected him knowing this stuff about him. They knew this is stuff that he did in the past. But they elected him anyway. And it wasn't an easy choice for a lot of people. I did not vote for Trump. I did not vote for him at all. I had no intention to. But based on the shit that's coming out the last couple years of these first couple years of his presidency, these people are kind of making me want to go vote for him now, regardless of the shit. And that's a bad thing. I don't want to vote for. Alright, it's like I don't want to vote for people that have bad stuff on the record. I really don't. But you're kind of forcing people between a rock and a hard place, because we all know that that the Democratic presidential nominee is going to be shit. It's going to be Pocahontas Elizabeth Warren, who is an absolute retard. You're going to have Cory Booker, Kamala Harris. You're going to have Hillary Clinton maybe again. If you put Hillary Clinton against Donald Trump's going to win in a landslide. No one's going to want to vote for Hillary. Joe Biden might win. If you put Trump against anybody except Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders, he might win. Alright, here's the thing I'm trying to get at right now. Why is sexual assault a partisan issue? It shouldn't be. It should not be. I don't want it to be. Alright, now, like I said, I don't want to. Alright, I don't want it to be a partisan issue, but that's what's become. And that's why people are going to start endorsing all little kinds of evil in order to beat their political opponents. That's essentially what's going to happen here. If I do vote for Trump, it's because the other side has pissed me off so much that I have no other choice. Like, everything would literally come down to me voting. And, I'm not going to vote in this presidential election unless something drastic happens. But this Judge Kavanaugh stuff has really made me consider doing that. Anyway, out of that little tangent out of the way, let's continue.
Previously spoken in support of Kavanaugh, stated following the testimony, based on the partisan speech he gave, looking at his partisan track record.
Oh! So he's a Republican, yeah? You think he would come to his support in the first place? Oh. But then after the sexual assault allegation comes out and he starts yelling at people on the Senate floor, oh, all of a sudden Justice Stevens cares about the fucking partisanship? Bullshit. Alright, Justice Stevens has been an idiot for a long time. I'm not going to go into that. That's just my personal view. He might be a good guy. He's just a bad judge. He's just a bad judge. But I swear, it's ridiculous. I don't care if he has a partisan record or not. If a Democrat was nominated to court, I wouldn't be half-assing a bunch of shit at him just because I didn't like him. If he's nominated by the President of the United States, he's nominated by the President of the United States. There's nothing I can do about it. Alright, that's why I thought that the whole Senate proceedings for justices, like the stuff that happened with Justice Gorsuch, were a big waste of fucking time. They're a waste of time. This is all it is people just asking you a bunch of fucking questions that have no relevancy. It's just nothing. It's just a big nothing. It's just something that people are going to try to use to score political points. That's it. That's it. Alright? I hold this if it were a Democrat or a Republican. If a Democrat was nominating someone like this, the Republicans dressed up some shit like that and try to play dirty, I would not support him for that. That would drive me away from the Republican Party pretty damn fast. And I'm surprised that a lot of people aren't turning away from the Democratic Party because of this shit.
Of course, it's an insanely emotional testimony that is not fit to be a Supreme Court justice.
Okay, so that's the board, this random board that I've never heard of before. Justice Stevens and 2,400 nameless law professors. Okay. Any compelling arguments? Oh, he's partisan. Of course he is. He's a judge. He's got his political beliefs, and that's the way he rules. That's the way he rules. Nothing we can do about that. What else? He was emotional in Supreme Court. He was emotional in his testimony, trying to disprove himself, trying to clear his name that he's not a rapist or a sexual assaulter. That's legitimately it. What? God, fucking damn it. This is stupid. That's two damn reasons, and that's the two main reasons, is that he's partisan and that he's emotional. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. I do not understand this testament that has been set for justices that they're supposed to be NPCs, that they're supposed to be emotionless, that you're just supposed to do their jobs. The human mind doesn't work that way, people. The human mind does not work that way. Fuck! I swear to God, this is ridiculous.
Those questions seriously and deeply need to be asked. And beyond that, beyond the issues of temperament, we're talking Supreme Court justice. You're someone who needs to be level-headed. Emotion should have nothing to do with it. Your job is to institute the law. And when things get heated, or if things start feeling a little personal, if you can't continue to separate the emotions and the practice of the law from your feelings, you have no business being in that situation. I would have felt much more sound to see Brett Kavanaugh have gone through that testimony, just laying out the facts starkly and without passion, without rage, without any of that. That is the way a Supreme Court justice should act. I mean,
no! No! This is the last time I'm going to say this. That is not a way a person should act. I don't care what job you hold. Well, not essentially the way a person should act. Yes, I think in some aspects I would have preferred him to not get emotional. But I would expect a little bit of bite out of someone who's being falsely accused of fucking sexual assault in high school in 1982. When these allegations were never brought forward for years. I kind of expected him to have a little bite. And I bet you a lot of people did too. And that's something that the Republican Party has been lacking for. That's why so many people came to Kavanaugh's defense, was a little bite. Republicans, for years, ever since Ronald Reagan left office, became the pussy whippers. They were basically the pussy whip party. Even when they had power, they couldn't do anything because they were so retarded. And you know why so many people supported him after this? Why people were like, yeah, this is a guy I can get behind? Because he was defending himself. He's defending himself like you think any other man would. If he was being falsely accused of sexual assault, you know what he would do? He'd be waylaying on the people going after him. He would. Alright, I'm telling you, if I was in his position, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. And if you want to handle it like a nice person, that's fine by me. You can handle it like a nice person. If you just laid out the facts, you can do that. But I'm telling you, most people wouldn't act that way. Most people would be, kind of trashing the room. They would be wailing arms about. They would be yelling. They would be crying. Because this is a very serious issue. That's something that could ruin your lives. Ruin your life. And depending on the person, your reputation will always be tarnished. Especially in the Me Too era. Where people like Chris Hardwick nearly lose their careers based on one lady's petty bullshit. And then a bunch of celebrities are out there like, oh, we lost nothing today. Even though the allegations against him were very flimsy from the start. And then when they were proven not true, and the lady didn't even try to press charges against him, that sent a message that she didn't care. That even if it did happen, she didn't care. Alright, if anything, this whole Kavanaugh stuff is just going to put more pressure on victims. Because the Democrats didn't take it seriously. Like I said, Diane Feinstein sat on the damn thing for 2 months. Diane Feinstein didn't give a shit. She barely cared. She was like, oh wait, I need something to delay the process a little more so we can hold out for 2018. And then that foolishness ramped up the Republican face to where you can bet your ass they might actually gain more seats in every aspect. Alright, this was a political partisan hit job. Alright, you're waylaying him for partisanship in his voting record. Almost every mainstream Democrat assumed he was guilty from the start. Almost every mainstream Democrat. Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Diane Feinstein assumed the dude was guilty. Well, not Diane Feinstein, because like I said, she sat in the damn letter for 2 weeks and didn't take it seriously. I don't think she cared, except only to use it as that club to beat him with. But everybody else around him was like, oh no, we did this thing and we're just going to go with it. But despite the fact that there was no investigation or physical evidence ever done, and this was never brought forth to light until that the earliest 2012, I believe, or 2009 even. Get the fuck out of here.
They shouldn't have passion, but I'm saying that when you're asked to speak, to weigh in on an issue, you should be fact-based, you should be logic-based, it shouldn't be emotional, it shouldn't be defensive, it shouldn't be
This is causing a whole brain overload for me. You shouldn't be emotional. If you're a guy nominated to the Supreme Court, you shouldn't be emotional. You shouldn't get angry over people trying to ruin your life, that are obviously trying to ruin your life. Why? This is retarded. All right, and there's another video she made too that I'm going to respond to as soon as I'm done with this one, where she's responding to all the haters, because the dislike ratio for this video is not pretty. It's like over 200 likes and like 300 dislikes or something. Like it's insane how many likes to dislikes that her video got. It was brutal. Like looking at it, it was just brutal looking at it. I'm trying to see if I can find all the numbers on it. All right, this is when I took it. It was 221 likes, 317 dislikes, with 2.7 thousand views. That's pretty bad. All right, and when she normally goes after haters on her thing, it's normally with the nerd stuff. But when you're going after people who wildly disagree with you on this, that's not going to set up a good look for you, man.
And it certainly shouldn't be partisan.
your job as a Supreme Court justice, this is an incredibly important part of American government, the Supreme Court is meant to temper the incredibly partisan branches of Congress.
That's the point. Doesn't mean it's been that way for the whole time. You're forgetting people like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who almost ruined sex for the entire country by saying she gets moist to the Me Too movement. Yes, I'm paraphrasing it, but she says something to that regard. She said she kind of gets off on that. That's not partisan, is it? Is that partisan? How is that not partisan? Oh, it's not partisan? Oh, okay. Well, go back to the drawing board then. Okay, and then, now while there have been moments of bipartisan stuff that goes on in the Supreme Court, it's almost always been a political tool. Almost always. It was designed to be, put away from the political stuff, but the political stuff was put into it. Alright, don't come at me with this bullshit that, you're supposed to, just because he has a partisan record means, oh no, you can't put him on there, even though half the fucking judges on there are partisan. And, oh yeah, I'm forgetting. What about the stuff that happened with Clarence Thomas? Because he went through basically the exact same thing with Anita Hill. And they made a movie about her, for Christ's sake, on HBO. And Clarence Thomas, he went off on the people going after him. He said that they're basically going after me because I'm a black man. 2 Democrats. Alright, he said they're just coming after me because I'm black. He said, all you motherfuckers are coming after me just because I'm black. Even though this lady was, and there's evidence to say that he did not do a damn thing to her. That she was kind of stalking him and calling him a bunch of times. Alright, this is the entire Clarence Thomas thing in a nutshell. And it happened again with Kavanaugh. Alright, I want to know your view on the Clarence Thomas thing, because he got pretty damn emotional. He got pretty damn emotional in that. From the stuff I've seen, from the stuff I've read, for the transcripts, he was pretty pissed. As would I, as would any other decent man. As would any woman, for that fact. If she was just all of a sudden accused of just groping someone without permission, or just doing it for the hell of it, and, they were accused of that, I'm pretty sure they would be pissed off. Alright, I'm trying not to repeat the same talking points, but that's what it keeps coming back to.
The presidency. That's what is just supposed to happen. And this man is clearly incapable of doing that. There have been numerous articles written regarding, because of that partisan track record, because of certain issues he has been heavily involved in as a lawyer and a justice, that he actually should, there's like a myriad of different issues that are likely to come to the Supreme Court that he should technically be recusing himself from if they come his way. Tons, to the point where it's why even put him in this position. But guess what? He's not going to recuse himself. Of course not, because the man has no integrity. How do I know this? Because he lied under oath.
He lied under oath. What did he lie under oath? Was it about the boof stuff? What did he lie about under oath for? What did he lie about under oath? Okay, I'm asking you right now, man. What did he lie about under oath? What did he lie about? What did he lie about?
I'm not talking about the allegations, but plain and simple, he lied about his drinking habits, his behavior.
Are you shitting me? That is bullshit! He openly said that he had a drinking problem. That he drank a lot and that there were parties. He drank. He admitted this. He said this. He had to come out on television, national television, as a fucking virgin because of this shit. Are you just gonna go out there and tell me, he lied about his drinking habits even though he clearly stated it earlier? What are you talking about? Do you not pay attention to news, ma'am? I mean, you say you don't pay attention to Washington politics a lot, alright? So you might have missed a couple things. But he did not lie. Not a single thing he lied about. There may have been some miscommunication on a couple things, like the boof thing, but he did not lie. He was not knowingly lying. He was not trying to lie. He was defending himself. Alright? Alright? What the fuck? And then people were like, oh no, he got into a bar fight when he was in college and threw some ice at a guy. It's like, oh, we should totally get him out of the Supreme Court just because he lied about drinking. So fucking what? A bunch of kids in high school and college drink. I don't do it because I don't like that shit. But they did. As does a majority of the country and a majority of the world. So I'm gonna lose my vocal cords here if I keep this up.
About the meaning of things written in his yearbook throughout school.
Yep. It came to boof thing. I'm done. I'm fucking done. This is ridiculous. So no. He did not lie about his drinking habits, and the boof thing was at most a miscommunication. But that was what they said that boof was for. It was for a fart joke. That's basically what it was for. Some people have different meanings for it. Some people have different meanings for everything. Some people have a different meaning for shit. Some people have a different meaning for fuck. Some people have a different meaning for bitch. So fucking what? It's what they said. That was their inside joke. He did not lie about his drinking habits. He did not lie about the boof stuff.
Flat, bald-faced lied, and multiple classmates have come forward to say so, including 3 who identified as his former drinking buddies.
No, that did not happen at all. It didn't happen at all. You're not listening to a goddamn word that was ever spoken or written about this thing because you're an idiot. Because you can't bother to look the shit up just because some fucking people were being assholes and coming out after him. It's like, oh no, that's supposed to be a thing, even though that thing was a misunderstanding. Hilarious misunderstandings, as Mahler put it. Alright. Just fucking ridiculous. For boof stuff. The boof. He should not be confirmed for the boof stuff. Alright, and this is the whole thing about, Supreme Court rulings. I wish I knew. They were never brought to the forefront. Never during the hearings, never during the confirmation process. Nothing. Nothing came up about this stuff. We have to figure it out for ourselves what he actually ruled on. We have to go to independent journalists to actually figure out what the hell he ruled on. I don't really know much about what he ruled on. I know he did a big bad thing with the 4th Amendment.
By the way, had nothing to say about the drinking behavior. That was not for them what disqualified him or what upset them, and nor I. I don't think that drinking to excess during your undergraduate years or even your grad school years to an extent, provided that you did your work and got your grades, precludes you from being qualified for a position like that. I do not care what you did when you were a dumbass college student. We all did dumbass things as college students, but man had the balls to own up to it.
He did. For the last time he did. He owned up to it. He did. He had to admit on national television that he was a virgin in high school. On national fucking television, he had to say this. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Where are you getting your news from? What plants are you smoking? What fucking shows have you been watching that make you lose brain cells? What has made you come to these conclusions? What made you have come to these so startling conclusions? What I'm asking. I'm honestly asking here. What the fuck is making you think like this? Fuck. Ugh. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna end it here. It's 28 minutes from midnight. I'm on 5:23 for the video. Hopefully I can get to this later. Maybe I'll have it up by tomorrow's Wednesday. Maybe I'll have it up by Thursday if I'm lucky.